Right. Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah, we forgot to recording today's session. Here, today's discussion is when we will go for instance method, when we will go for static method. So here first we have to understand this one. To understand this, we have to understand one important point. Can we access a static variable within the instance method? That today
Yes,
morning also
yes, sir.
we have done that.
Yes.
We have written one static
Yes,
variable
sir.
here. What
Yes,
is that?
sir.
Company name.
Company name.
Company name.
And right, we have defined one static constructor. What is that? Static employee. Static employee. Come on, tell me. What is that? Company name equal to?
Company name equal to Wipro.
Company name equal to Wipro. We have written. Company name equal to Wipro. Yes. And we have defined one instance constructor. Tell me what is that? Internal employee
Employee. And the E long
EMP
name.
PNO,
string
EMP
name
name.
double
Name,
EMP
double,
EMP sal
P7.
double EMP
That's it.
sal. Okay, right. Now tell me ENO equal to
EMPNO,
ENO equal to come on.
EMP name.
ENO equal to EMP NO
EMP, no.
NO.
EMP no.
Next E name equal to
EM equal to EMP name.
EMP,
EMP name and E sal equal to EMP sal.
EMP 7.
EMP sal. Right. And we have defined one instance method.
That
Void.
is
What is that?
display employee.
Void display. Yes. In this
Console
you
dot right
can
line.
observe. What is that?
Console dot right line.
Console dot what is that? Right line.
Employee, no.
Right line. What is that?
You know.
EMPNO
EMP
is
is
EMPNO
EMP.
is what is that? ENO.
Yeah.
Again. Console dot right
Console
line. Console dot right
E
line.
name.
Employee name,
EMP name is
E name.
E name. Console dot right line.
Equal to
Employee cell
Salary is what? Sal.
is
is
Salary is E sal.
console
Next
dot
one.
line.
Console dot right line. Console dot right.
Company name
Company
company name.
is
company name.
Company.
What is that? Company name is company
CMP name.
Company.
company name. So here you can observe the method is what method?
Instance method.
Instance method. But we can access the instance variables as well as static variable. What is the static variable? Company name. What is static variable? Company name. So with this we identified one thing. What we identified? Within
We
the
can
instance method, we can access
variable can be
Static variable from
static variable also. With this we can say morning also I have explained whether you remembered or not. One point we discussed about that. What is that? When we will go for instance method means whenever you want to perform operations on only instance variables or instance variables plus
static
static
variable.
variables. Instance variables plus static variables. Because here display method is performing operations on instance variables, one static.
Static variable.
90% instance variables, 1%, 10% is static variable. So you can define it as a what method? Instance method. So because what is the reason? Can I define it as a static method?
No.
No.
Why? Because within the static method you cannot access what variables?
cannot access instance variable.
Instance variable.
You cannot access which variable? Instance variable. With this, when we will go for instance method, whenever we want to perform operations on only instance variables or instance variables plus static variables, here you need to define one method called display to display 3 static instance variable values and 1 static variable value. That's why we defined this method as a
Instance method.
Next question is when we will go for static method. For this question we will just wait for some time to get more clarity, but up to that you remember, can I access instance variables within the static method?
No, sir.
No. If you want to check, you can check. You can make the above method as a static method. immediately you will get what you know, error. You will get what? Error. You are getting error.
Yeah.
In 3 places you are getting error. 1, 2, 3. Because within the static method we cannot access what variables?
Or instance variables.
Instance variables. But we need a answer, right answer for this question. When we will go for static method. When we will go for static method. For that, wait for some time. No doubt, whenever you want to perform operations on static variable, you will go for static method. That is one answer. And we have some other options also there. Whenever you want to perform operations on only static variables, no doubt you have to go for static method. Not only that, we have some other purposes also there. What are the other purpose? That is, when suppose I have a method, listen, I have a method called greet. I have a method called greet. Internal void greet. Greet method is giving a message. Greet method is giving a message called hello. Hello. So my question to all the people is, this method we better to go with the instance method or static method?
Static method.
Static method. Why? Because the method doesn't accessing any instance variable. If you will declare it as an instance method, again you need to create, you need an object to access this method unnecessarily. That's why we better to go with what method?
Static.
Static method.
Static method. With this, is there any variables in this method?
No.
No. Means even though if the method is not having any accessing any instance variable, or sorry, if the method is not having any variables, but even though the method behavior is called static behavior, the meaning of the static behavior is, if you, this method I will call or you will call, it will give you only one output. What output?
Hello.
Hello. Means one point is, whenever the method is performing operations on only static variable, you will go with static method. Or if the method is having a static behavior, like the method is not using any variables, no variables, it doesn't have any static variable, instance variable also, you better to define the particular method as a what method?
Static method.
Static method. That is second answer. And third one is, suppose there is a method called print. Suppose there is a method called print. Print into a. Here, yeah, it is like this. The output is given value is a. So the method, above method to define as what method is better, whether it is instance or static.
Instance. Instance.
Static method.
Think about that. Because the method is accessing, is having any class level variable, any instance variable? No. Any static variable? No. But it has one variable. What variable?
Local variable.
Local variable. For local variable, anywhere you have a relation with object?
No.
No.
No, sir.
No. That's why it's better to declare the particular method also as what method?
Static method.
Static method. Static method. Even though, because it doesn't require, whatever value you are passing, it is printing. For example, there is a method called console.writeLine. There is a method called console.writeLine. Hi. WriteLine is what method?
Static method.
WriteLine is what method? Static method. I will open you. Static method. The method is taking one parameter. The method is taking one parameter. What is that? Value. Value parameter type is, let's say, string. So the method is not having any instance variable, static variable. Whatever value you are passing, it is taking into this parameter and printing. So that's why the method given as a, Microsoft has given as a what method?
Static method.
As what method? Static method. They have given as
Static method.
static method. So that means third point is, whenever the method is having, first point is if the method is performing on static variables. Second point is if the method is having doesn't have any instance variable or static variable, if it has static behavior. Third is, even though the method is having only local variable also, you can go with what method?
Static method.
Static method. Again, the point is, when we will go for static method, whenever a method is performing operations on only static variables or static behavior or no variables. No variables means no class level variables. It has only what variables? Local variables also.
Local variable.
You can define particular method as a what method?
Static.
Static method. So when we will go for static method? When we will go for static method? Snehal, come on, repeat. When we will go for static method?
Whenever we want to perform operation on only static variable, we go for static method.
Or whenever the method is having static behavior, or the method is having
whenever
only local variables.
local variable.
Parameter is nothing but what variable? Local variable. We can
Local variable.
we can define it as what method? Static method.
Static.
When we will go for instance method?
Whenever we want to perform operation on only instance variable or instance variable plus static variable.
Static variable. Only instance variable. Or instance variable plus what? Static variable. You want to perform operations on both. You can define it as what method? Instance method. Okay, now? Right. Now, to get the clarity about the last one, again we'll write one program now. Yes. So today now we discuss first when we'll go for instance variable, second when we'll go for static variable, when we will go for instance constructor, when we will go for static constructor, when we will go for instance method, when we will go for static method. Again one more time repetition is better, I hope. Right, Shiva, tell me when we will go for instance variable.
Instance variable. Whenever we require a field for every object with different values, then we can go with the instance variable.
Very good. Right. In employee class, what is the instance variable?
Employee name, employee salary, employee.
Right. Now,
Number.
Sammy, when we will go for static variable?
Whenever it is common for all the objects, then we go for static variable.
Whenever the field is common for all the objects, we'll go for what variable? Static variable. In employee class, tell me static variables.
Employee class, employee location, or employee company, company name.
Static variable, employee location.
Company location.
Company name.
Company location, company name, company phone number. Okay, I'll ask you a few questions. Prithvi, tell me, I have a student class. I will tell you the field, you tell me whether instance or static. Are you there? Prithvi, are you there? Or else, Prashanti, are you there? Right, otherwise, Pramoda, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
tell me.
sir.
I'm telling you, student class, SID,
It's an instance variable, sir.
S name,
Instance.
S location,
Instance variable.
college name,
Static variable.
college location,
Static.
college phone number.
Static variables.
Okay, student age.
Instance.
Very good. Okay, now next come back to Prashanti. You tell me when we will go for instance constructor to initialize. When we will go for
Instance
to initialize.
Instance variable.
To initialize instance variables. Okay, right now, yeah. Next, Teja, tell me when we will go for static constructor. Teja, tell me when we will go for to initialize.
To initialize the static
Variables. Okay, now so that is the discussion till the time. Now I will give you one task. You people have to write task for you. I'm giving you a case study. You have to design with the help of woods. Okay, right. Define a class with the following states and behaviors. Define a class with the following states and behaviors. States are right. States are ENO, ename, ESAL, COMP name, COMP LOC, COMP PHNO. Behaviors are displaying displaying employee information, that is ENO, ename, ESAL. I want to define one method to display these three fields. Next, second method is displaying company information, that is company name, company location, company PHN, that is called phone number. Okay, na? Right, come on. Right. So what you need to do, you need to design UML first. Design UML. Then write program. Then perform memory allocations. Complete case study I am sending through chat to all of you guys. Take into notepad all of you and start. First UML. Do design UML first. So can you do, guys?
Yes, sir.
First UML,
Yes.
second program, third memory. What shall I do?
We'll do, sir.
Time waste, na?
We'll do it, sir.
We will do it later. After class.
Let's see how many people can do this. Geeta, check your chart. I am sending some message.
Yeah, I'm copying that.
Sorry?
I'm trying to copy that assignment.
So,
Are you able to listen?
yeah, I'm getting your voice. Okay, na? Are you like, so I think
Yes.
starting some classes you required, I think.
Yeah, and even I don't know the static and instance concepts, but I little bit I got to know.
No. Are you expecting this type of subject only?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm expecting this one. Okay.
You need
Yeah,
more.
thanks.
You missed some control statements, logics, what you are asking now. That is the previous classes. I have all recordings, don't worry.
Oh. Okay, no issues. I'm trying to understand these static and instance because
When I am
before
writing
I
program,
never ever.
after 5 minutes I'll write the program, that time you concentrate. Meanwhile, you try your level best. Meanwhile, you try
Yeah,
to understand
I'm trying to understand this all.
Yeah, you try to understand, I'll write the program. Let them write, all the people, okay? Right.
Yeah. While writing, I think I maybe like understand more.
Yeah, you will understand more. Meanwhile, you try to read the case study multiple times.
Yeah, I'm reading. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Guys, just right. UML completed.
Yes, sir.
How many are completed UML?
I completed, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first I will finalize UML, because if you do the mistake in UML again, complete things you have to do, redo, you have to rewrite. That's the reason. Let me show the UML. Yeah, come on, guys.
So the class name is going to be employee.
Yeah, 1 minute. Hold for 1 second. I'll come within 1 minute.
Okay.
Let's start. Yeah, guys. Class name. What is the class name?
Employee.
Employee. Right. Very good. Now states. Yeah. Total number of states are how many?
6.
Among these 6, we have to think about which are instance, which are static.
First instance,
Manasa. Manasa. Which are instance, which are static. Manasa.
ENO, ename, ESAL will be instance and company name, company location, company phone number will be static.
Static. Very good. Okay. Come on. Right. Yeah.
Ulong,
Oscar, come on, tell me the code.
Ulong, ENO.
Oscar, Ulang, ENO. Bhushan, continue the other. Chari, continue the code. Chari.
Name,
Double
ESAL.
Double is that.
Static string.
String.
Static string.
Static. Static. Static.
String company name.
Chari telling. Come on, Kalini, wait for some time. Company name.
Static string.
Static string.
UMP LOC.
Company.
UMP LOC.
LOC. Static. Next. Static.
Static Ulang company number.
Phone number. Ulanga, Uinta. Ulang.
Ulang.
Company phone number. Over up? Yes, very good. Next.
Static employee.
Yeah, wait. Bhushan, Kalyani, Manasa, Neha, come on, tell me. Next, Neha.
Static
Neha.
employee.
Now tell me about constructors.
Yes.
How many constructors we required? Neha?
2, sir.
2. One is static,
Yes, sir.
Tell
Static.
me. Static,
Employee.
employee. This constructor you are using to initialize what variables?
Company name, company location, company phone number.
Right. Company name is Wipro. Company location is Gachibowli. Company phone number is some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, guys. Right. Next to, yeah. Next to, yeah. Prudvi, come on, tell me. Any other instance, any other constructors?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me.
Static void.
Constructor.
Internal.
Internal static employee.
Internal employee.
Employee.
Ulong,
Ulong enum.
Now, 1 minute. Prudvi, tell me. You are going to define what constructor now? You are going to define which constructor?
constructor.
Instance or static?
Instance.
Instance. How many parameters?
3.
Why? You want to initialize how many variables?
3. E number.
Okay, now tell me. Come on.
Ename E cell. Ulong E number.
Ulang, EMP and go.
String E name. EMP name.
Uh,
Double EMP salary.
Right. Now you want to, right. Okay, fine. Next to, yeah. Seventy, tell me. No. Here you need behaviors. One behavior is to display employee information, display EMP info. That method is going to display these three values. Is it static method or instance method?
Instance method. Instance method.
Instance method. Come on, tell me that method. Internal
Void.
Display.
display EMP info. Over yeah. Next to 7th, you tell me. Next you need one more method. For what? Display what information? Company information. So the method is what method? Tell me. Internal static void display
Company.
display
Company
company info.
Company info.
Company info. Right. Over
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
over. This is the UML. How many are achieved this UML? Up here we have done up to here, correct?
Yes, me, sir.
Madhuri.
Tell your name
Kalyani.
fast. You are so silent, all of you. Come on.
Yeah.
Kalyani.
Next.
Nivedita.
Next.
Kumar, sir.
Next.
Me, sir.
Next.
Girish.
Next. Next.
Kalyani.
Next. Next. Next.
Manasa.
Next. Next. Okay, guys. Right. Come on. Can you write the program now, all of you? 5 minutes is enough, I think. Once UML is clear, program writing is easy, I hope, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, UML is clear now. That's why writing program is very, very easy.
Program is completed, so memory allocation, right?
Yeah, start memory allocations. If program is completed. How many are completed program also already?
Nivedita.
Next.
Done, sir. Kumar.
Nivedita, really you are, how you are feeling? Because you are discontinued other training and you continued in this batch.
Yeah, it is interesting, sir. I like the course.
I am feeling that you are lucky.
Yeah, sir.
Huh? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Randomly you came to the batch now.
Yes, sir. That is
Not
true.
having any information.
Yes, sir. That is really true. I didn't know before frankly, about you. But after they said tutor name, then I started searching about your name online, and I came across your Facebook link, and that's when I thought, okay, I have to be with your team.
You have my Facebook link already.
Yes, sir.
Group.
Yes, sir. But I did join like a different name, because in my personal account it will pop up with everything. So I thought I will keep separate for all this training thing another account. So I added in that, and I generally follow all the questions.
Mike told about my name. You inquired about me, I hope, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you inquired in Google, you will get some information about Hyderabad. Already you have seen YouTube?
Yes, sir. I already subscribed on the YouTube channel.
Oh, before only you have done all these inquiries.
Yes, I did see that web hosting video too.
Okay.
So after that,
Okay.
I subscribed.
Okay, come on, guys. How many are completed? Program.
Completed,
Sir, I
sir.
have doubts.
Yeah, tell me what is your doubt?
Sir, instance constructor, why did it have access modifier?
That we will discuss after access modifier discussion is completed.
Okay, that will come after, because till the time we didn't discuss about access modifiers. Nah? That's why we'll discuss after access modifier. We'll discuss about it. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, now completed almost all program completed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How many are completed program?
Me, sir, Kalyani.
Nivedita.
Next.
Harsha, sir.
Next. Sir, next. Okay, fine. We'll write the program now. Right, you see. We'll make it. PNO, e-name, e-sal, company name. Next, what is that? Company name and company phone number, company location is missing, I think. That also will be no. Okay. Right. Over. Yeah, static is a keyboard now, so lowercase. Yeah. Right, over. Next to static constructor. Static constructor should be initialized company name equal to Wipro.
Company location.
Okay.
Company phone number.
Tell me guys. Tell me. What? Company? Company location equal to, let's say, Gachibowli. Right. Next, some noise from the children. Come on. Next, company phone number
Company phone number.
equal to some number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, some number. Okay, don't call to this number. Huh? Right. Next, instance constructor. Okay, 3 variables. That is already over. Next, we need to define one method. Display EMP info. Display EMP info. We're going to display employee information. Next, over. Next, you are going to define a static method. What is that? Internal static void display
company information.
info. Display company info. Right. What is that? Console dot right line. Company Teja. Tell me.
Company name.
Company name is Teja. Tell me. Company name is company name. Yeah. Console dot right line. Come on.
Location.
Company location is company
location.
location. Next. Console dot right line. Tell me.
Company phone number is
Phone number is company phone number.
company phone.
What is that? Company phone number. Company phone number is company phone number. Over. Yes. Any more? We need to call this from the main method. Come on, tell me. Suppose I created an object. Employee emp1 equals new employee. Let's say triple one Rama, first employee joined in the company. Right, triple one Rama, 1000. Right, emp1 dot display emp. Let's say employee means class dot display company info. Display company info. Yes. So that is the story. Okay, now for this you need to perform what? Memory allocation. I created first employee object. Tomorrow another employee 222 Sita 2000. Next one more employee employee emp3 new employee 333 Ravi 3000. Like that, n number of employees will create. N number of employees will join in the company every time one object is created. Okay, now right. For this you need to perform what? Memory allocations. Come on. You need to perform what? Memory allocation. Already memory allocation is tried, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, I'm trying now. I'm giving you clarity. Most you know all these things, but this time what we have done, we are introduced a new guy. That is what method?
Static one.
It's only the new in this program compared with previous programs. Okay, right. Let me do the memory allocation. Right. Today morning 5:30 to now. No breaks, nothing. 5:30 to 7:30 your class, 9 to 1 o'clock Hyderabad, Amirpet, again evening 4 to 8 class, again 1 hour break, again 9 to 11. Right, today hectic schedule. Okay boss, we'll do one thing. We'll do memory allocation. Concentrate if you have any confusions. But before that I have a simple question. How many are able to do memory allocations?
Madhuri, Kalyani.
Vedita.
Next.
Sukanya.
Next.
Lisa.
Next. Next.
Neha.
Next.
Harsha.
Next.
Kalyani.
Next. Okay, I'll complete this memory allocations now. Any confusions are there with this, you have to complete. And Babu, all of you guys, I'm forwarding employee class to you, because employee class you display in your systems, because I will display main method, because at a time I can't display the full screen. So that's why with chart I am sending you employee class code. If you didn't write, just copy paste in your system. Right. Same story every day what we are doing. Same way we are doing memory allocations now. Yes. Okay. Right. Yeah. Let me do the memory allocation. Right. What is happening? We'll see. I will ask you questions. You be also participating in this memory allocation program. Whenever you run this application, program execution starts by main. So first this statement will execute. In this statement, yeah, Vinod, okay, fine, no problem. In this statement, first control will execute RHS. In RHS also it will execute what? Pramoda, you tell me, first it will execute what?
New, sir, and you will create an object.
You will create an
Object.
object. You will create an object. Object of which class?
Employee class.
Object of employee class. You will create object of employee class. As part of this object creation, will allocate the memory for the concerned class instance variables. How many instance variables are there?
3 instance variables.
NO, second one is ename. NO is a numerical integer variable, long variable. That's why default value is 0. Ename is string, default value is null. And the third variable is ESAL. ESAL default value will be 0. And this object will be creating
address of the
creating object address is 1010. Object will contain the address of the instance method, that is display
in employee info.
Info. The emp info. It will hold the address of instance method. Object is created. Means memory is allocated for instance variables, and holding the object is holding the address of the instance method. And what is the address of this object? 1010. After this, control will execute constructor. It is calling the constructor. While calling the constructor, it is passing how many values?
Before that, static constructor.
Oh, we have done a biggest mistake, right?
Class will load.
We have done a biggest mistake. Very good reminder. Good reminder, right? Whenever we run the application, I am also getting some doubt somewhere. I am thinking somewhere. Okay. Whenever we run the application, CLR starts from main method. and after that it has to execute this in this. Whenever control required to create object for employee class, in this situation immediately it will load which class?
Employee class.
The time of employee class is loading. First memory will allocate for static variables. How many static variables are there?
3 static variables.
First company name variable will create. Default value will be null. Second variable.
Company location.
Company location and
Null.
null, and third variable is company
phone number.
company number, phone number, default value is 0. Finally, we understood when the class is loading, first memory is allocated for static variables. After that, what will happen? Static constructor. Static constructor in your code, static constructor has having a block. In that block, 3 statements are there. First statement is what, Prudvi? First statement is what? Company name equal to Wipro.
Company name Wipro.
First, the static variable is initialized. Second statement, company
location Hyderabad.
equal to Gachibowli.
Company phone number.
Gachibowli. Next, company phone number equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, some number. Finally, constructor execution is completed. Class loading is also completed. After that, object will create. At the time of now, let us assume new is executing. New is creating object. New is creating what? Object. Object of which class?
Employee.
Object of employee. That address of the object will be 101010, and that object will be allocating the memory for instance variables. Number 1, envo default value will be 0. Memory will allocate for second variable ename. Default value will be null. Third variable is esal, and the default value will be 0. And this object is holding the address of instance method. How many instance methods are there?
One.
Display.
That is display emp.
Employee info.
Okay. After this, control will execute the constructor. Which constructor? Instance constructor. But at the time of invoking instance constructor, it is passing how many values?
3 values.
Why it is passing 3 values? Because instance constructor contain how many parameters?
3
parameters.
What your instance constructor employee it is having 3 parameters. One is emp-envo, second one is emp name, third one is emp sal. My question is, why your instance constructor is having 3 parameters? Because to initialize 3
Instance
variables. What are the? Envo equal to emp envo. Ename, you have the code. Ename equal to emp name, and esal equal to emp sal. Okay. So according to that, these values will be passing to your constructor signature. As part of the constructor signature, what will happen here? I am writing. As part of the constructor signature, local variables are created. Parameters are nothing but local variable. emp-envo, and emp-envo value is 111. Second variable is emp name. Emp value is Rama. Third variable is what? emp.
EMP sal.
What is the value? 1000. And these values will be initializing from local parameters to emp-envo to envo. emp-envo to envo. 111. And emp name to ename. What is that? Rama. And emp sal to esal 1000 mean values will be initialized from local variables to instance variable. After that, once constructor execution is completed, these 3 local variables will be
destroyed.
3 local variables will be destroyed. After this, control will come back and again it will execute LHS. LHS will be creating a one reference variable EMP1. This EMP1 variable of data type. What data type it is? Employee class. Employee class. Default value of this reference variable will be null, and this variable is creating on behalf of a method. Which method? Main method.
Main method.
Also called which variable? Local variable.
Local variable.
And control will be executing assignment operator. Assignment operator is assigning the address 1010 and that variable is pointing to the same object. EMP1 variable is holding the address. Because of assignment operator, it will be assigning the RHS object address into variable. So 1010 means the variable is pointing to this object. After this, control will invoke this statement EMP1 dot display EMP info. Then it will print the values. Output will be display EMP info method is nothing but instance method. It will print what? It will print EMP and O is 111. EMP name is Rama. Salary is 1000. After this, control will, one method execution is completed, control will invoke the static method display company info. That method will print company name is Wipro, company location is Gachboli, company phone number is some phone number. And once control will come back to here and it will execute the main method, and once you press enter, main method execution is completed. Once main method execution is completed, first to main method local variable will be destroyed, that is EMP1. This object will become as undefined object, as well as employee class is unloading. Your application contains a class called employee, it is unloading. When the time of employee class is unloading, what will happen? All the static variable will be
Destroyed.
destroyed. The object is become unreferred object, the static variable will be destroyed, everything will be clear. This unreferred object is going to collect by the garbage collector. Garbage collector according to memory management mechanism, it's a different topic. Okay, that is the story about this. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay guys, but I have to give you one more model. One model I have to give you now. Up to here we are okay. But one model is, one small correction I am doing for our programs. That is, the note is, whenever we are initializing instance variables with the help of instance constructor, parameter name is EMPNO, variable instance variable name is ENO, and parameter name is EMP name, instance variable name is ename. Okay, but actually, according to the coding standards, according to the small correction, according to the,
Thank you, sir.
according to the coding standards, instance variable name and parameter name should be same. Should be same. Sir, oh, you didn't tell till the time. Because to avoid confusions, I have used different variables. Should be same. Now we are correcting this. Means suppose ENO, ename, ESAL, three instance variables. Parameter names also should be ENO, ename, ESAL. Did you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
This is coding standard. Till the time we are working like that, because to give you the clarity, because if I will start this part, this style in the beginning, you will get a confusion. That's why I was avoided. Now I am removing display static things. We'll concentrate on this point, whatever I am discussing now. You can observe.
Sir, is it only for constructor or for any other method also?
Constructor. Only for again. 1 minute. According to the coding standard, instance variables name and parameters which we will use in constructor should be constructor parameters names which we will use in constructor should be same. Only constructor parameter names I am talking about. Okay now?
Okay, sir.
Right, it is a coding standard. Now you go to the code, all of you guys. Let's see what is happening actually. Now tell me, what shall I do now? What correction I have to do? Yeah.
Geeta getting
Constructor
voice.
change
Geeta.
to ENO.
You
It is
remove this
audible.
variable, sir. So
Okay,
it should be
is it okay?
Yeah, it is audible.
Okay, I think you would have to make your friend also to attend, your colleague.
ENO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single
name.
double is this is the model actually. Okay guys, now what happened? ENO what is that?
name.
Is over. In this case, now we have written 100% right. My question is, these three are what?
Local variables.
Local variables. These three are
Instance variables.
these three are
Local variables.
we are assuming that these three are local variables. Like this, they are coming and initializing to which variables?
Instance variables.
Instance variables. Instance variables. Okay, now.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay. But what is happening? You observe. You
Why
observe.
it is giving?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you there? Any problem?
No.
Sir, it's a coding standard. Why is it showing warnings?
Why it is showing?
Warnings in the employee constructor.
Should be same means to avoid the ambiguity for the programmer. Should be same means to avoid the ambiguity to the programmer. Okay. In our program, we have three parameters, three instance variables. If we go for a real program, may have multiple parameters. Now, that is the reason. Now, but what should be the output now?
It is
Triple one, Rama, 1000. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Not active, all of you.
No, sir. I think
You see, but output is
Okay. Why?
output is 0, null, 0. Okay, na? Why? Why? Because
Considering it as local variables.
Why? Because listen. Local variable will have more priority than instance variable. Whenever local variable name and instance variable name is same, control will give priority for which variable? Local variable. Control is giving priority for which variable?
local variables.
Local variable. Okay. Right. If you want to do this program, if you want to do memory allocation, then you will understand now very clearly. You observe. If you will do memory allocation, you will understand more clear here. Okay, you have the code with you.
Yes, sir.
This code again I am sending to you all because small changes I have done for the previous program. Now that's why better to keep with you. I forwarded employee class. If you have Visual Studio, you copy paste into Visual Studio and display this employee class in your systems. If you don't have Visual Studio, at least copy paste into Notepad and see the class, employee class, because I am showing main method and you are showing employee class. Okay, na? Now you see. You see, right? I'm doing memory allocation now. All of you guys, you ready? Get ready for memory allocation. Right. Memory allocation. You see. Yeah. What is happening? Program execution starts by main method. First new. New is doing what?
Loading the class.
So it's class loading all these things okay because now we don't have any static. That's why I'm not concentrating that. New is creating object
of which class?
Employee class.
Employee. Object means it will allocating the memory for instance variables. envo 0, ename,
Null.
ename what? Null, and esal
Is 0.
Esal what? 0. Address of the object will be 10 10 and the object will be holding the address of a instance method. What is the method?
Display employee information.
Display
Employee info.
emp info. Display emp info. Yes. After this, new control will execute constructor. Concentrate here. Now here I am showing you the constructor code also for your sake, because already you have in your systems, but you will try to always envo ename parameters, and in the block what is the code? envo equal to envo ename equal to
ename.
ename equal to ename
Esal is equal to
esal equal to esal, and this is your method constructor. This is your constructor. Okay, na? Right. Okay, in this, now what is happening? This constructor is calling. As part of this constructor execution, you are passing how many values?
3 values.
3 values. These 3 values will be stored into, as part of the constructor execution, 3 parameters are created. Nothing but which variables?
Local.
First, what will happen? These 3 parameters are creating as local variables. envo. What is the value passed? Triple 1. 1. Ename. What is the value passed?
Gamma.
Gamma is passed. And esal, one more local variable is created. What is that? 1000. I am talking about this part. This part is executing, means signature part. On behalf of signature part, 3 local variables are created. After that, control is executing this statement envo equal to envo. And actually we are feeling that it is instance variable, but compiler will treat, control will treat it as what variable?
Local variable.
Local variable. envo equal to envo. RHS envo is local variable, LHS envo. Actually envo value is how much?
111.
111 will be reinitialized here only. Ename equal to ename. Rama will be reinitialized in this variable only. Reinitialized. Self-initialization. 1000 will be reinitialized. Means values are not initialized into instance variable. Values are initialized into
Local variables.
once constructed execution is completed, the local variables are destroyed. And after this, control will execute LHS. You know about all these things. It is pointing to the object. And EMP1 display EMP and 4. In this, what is the statement you have written? Console.writeLine. Console.writeLine. EMP output. Output is what? EMP NO is ENO. That is console.writeLine EMP NO is display EMP info method. That is instance variable. But that instance variable value is how much?
0.
0. And EMP name is ename. Ename is what variable? Instance variable is null. Null means nothing. Don't say that null. NULL print. Null means nothing. Next, salary is esal. Esal is 0. That's is the output you are getting. I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Whenever we have this type of problem, whenever local variable name and instance variable name is same, better to differentiate with this. This is a keyword. This is a keyword which represent the current class object. This is a keyword which is representing the current class. Here current class is what? What is the current class?
Employee.
Employee is the current class. So this dot envo is, this dot envo means current class, employee class object dot envo, employee class object dot ename, employee class object dot eSal. Because of this keyword, the values will be now initializing to what variables?
Instance variable.
Instance variables. The values are initializing to instance variables. Okay, which variables?
Instance variable.
Instance variables. Now you can see, because of that you can see, you can see compilation and execution. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear. So with this we understood what? Whenever we want to, whenever we have our instance variable and the local variable, both names are same. To differentiate instance variable from the local variable, access instance variable with the help of a keyword called
This.
This is a keyword which represent current class object. So here why the value is initializing to instance variable? Because of this, because this is nothing but your employee class object. That object dot envo means the value will be initializing to which variable? Instance variable. Instance variable. Now control will take, these three are what variables?
Instance variables.
These three are what variables?
Local variable.
Local variables. Because of a keyword called
This.
this. That is the story. Okay now, right. Okay guys, so that is the story. Right, next to, now last finalize the question called, when we will go for static method means whenever we want to perform the operations on only static variables, or static, the method is having only static behavior, or the method is having only what variables?
Local
Local
variable.
variable. Finally, if the method is not accessing any instance variable, you can define it as what method?
Static
Method. Static method. Okay now, so that is the story about this. Next to, have you done some couple of case studies I was asked morning?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Homeworks.
Yes,
Which
sir.
are the last program homework.
I didn't teach, but before that only I was asking some homeworks. But really, honestly, you are done?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me open the lab book. Yeah,
Task
what are the
number 118.
tasks I have given in the morning?
118, 120, 121.
1 minute. Right. You can observe. 1,
18.
yeah. Okay. 118, 119.
120. 119 is not there.
118, 120, 121.
121 completed, huh?
121 I have small error.
No. Now you can, because maybe that time you have some confusions. Now you can do. Okay now? Right. Next, we are going to the next level concept. What is the next level concept? You know? Yes. That is up to here. Okay. Right now, tell me.
I have a question about task 117.
Sorry.
About task 117.
About tasks, huh?
117.
117.
I have a question about that. I got one doubt in that. In that task, the output shows please enter valid employee number and
Task
valid
number?
phone number. 117. Enter valid employee number and please enter a valid phone number.
Forget about that. That because there we added somewhat logic, but it will be seen in the different programs. Leave it. Just accept only valid phone number. Okay, employee number. Valid. Okay, okay. Right. Just normal employee number, normal phone number. Okay.
Okay, but I didn't understand how to relate these two things with all other employee information.
No, this program leave it because it has a lot of logic. Okay. Okay, leave that program.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because confusion is there. HRA, calculation, grasp. It will come. It will come. Don't worry. Right. Okay, next, I have a question. Concept to requirement. Concept to requirement. Yeah, which is first generally, guys? Concept first or requirement first?
Concept.
Concept first, tarvata requirement vastunda. Okay. My question is, chair is there. Chair is a concept or requirement?
Requirement.
Requirement.
Chair is a concept. Sitting is a requirement. Sitting is a requirement. So here chair undi kabatti manam kurchutunnam. Chair is there, that's why we are sitting, or sitting requirement is there, that's why chair came into the work, society.
Sitting requirement is there, that's why there is a chair.
Yeah, next, farmer is producing the rice. Hungry and farmer is producing the rice. In this, which is requirement, which is concept? Hungry is the requirement, farmer production is concept. So we are not having, because of farmer is producing. We have a requirement called hungry, that's why farmer is producing it, rice or wheat or and so on, right?
Yes.
With all these things we understood one thing, that is, for every concept behind no doubt requirement will be
there.
Two people want to travel, a concept came called bike. Family can want to travel, a concept came called car. Okay. So big luggage has to travel, truck came. Big luggage carrying is a requirement. Truck is a concept. At a time 50 people has to travel is a requirement, bus came. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, at a time on air 50 to 60 people has to travel, that's why flight came. 50 to 60 people want to travel from one place to another place through air in very fast is a requirement. Flight is a concept. With all these things we understood, behind every concept requirement will be there. Instance variable is a concept. Requirement is field should create for every object with a different value. Am I right? And the special variable is a concept. Field should be common for all the objects with the same value. Right. Similarly, I'll tell you one few points here. Listen. Right. Observe this, all of you. Right. A field should create for every object. Requirement is field should create for every object. Field should create for every object. Field should create a field called A should create for every object with different value, but value can be changed. 10 is changed to 11, 20 is changed to 21, 30 is changed to 31. For this requirement, what is the concept?
Instance variable.
Object 1, object 2, object 3. Object 3. Field should create a requirement called I want to create a field for every object with a different value, but value can be changed. This is the requirement. For this requirement concept is what?
Instance variable.
Instance
variable.
Instance variable. Similarly, field should be common for all the objects with a different value, sorry, with one common value, but value can be changed. First, my question is static variable value can be changed or not?
No, sir.
No.
Now
Can
you
be
check in
changed.
your systems. Now you check in your systems. You take a static variable. Within your constructor, you initialize as 10, and within the static method, you change as 11. Whether it is end print, you see whether it is giving error or not. Check in your systems, all of you.
It can change.
It can change.
Come on.
It can change. It is changing.
Right, tell me.
Yes, we can change.
Static variable is able to change or not?
Yes, sir.
You tried,
Yes, I assign different values.
what is happened?
It showed the second value which I assigned.
So is it allowing to change or not?
Yes, it is allowing to change.
It is allowing to change. You can observe. It is allowing to change. Now you observe. Static A, static. Let's change the class name also. Employee. Okay, static into A. A equal to 10 and internal static void change value is the method name. Right now you can see my class start change value is the method. Value is changed or not changed? Static variable value can be
Changed.
because company name means company name sometimes may change also, right? Satyam Computers up to 2007, 8 and 8, that's it. After that Mahendra Satyam. Like that. College names, company names may change sometime. That is the reason static variable value can be
Changed.
Value can be changed. Now come on guys. The requirement is a field should create for every object and the value can be a field should create for every object with a different value. Here 10, here 20. In this object field is A, value is 30. But value is can be changed 10 to 11, 20 to 21, 30 to 31. For this concept we'll go, for this requirement we'll go as what variable?
Instance variable.
Obj1 instance variable. So other requirement is my voice is repeating somewhere?
No.
No, sir.
It's repeating for me, I think. Okay, fine. Now other concept is a field is there called B with a value called 100. But a common field A field is common for all the objects because that means the field can be all the objects meaning is within the instance method. Are you able to access static variable or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When you are able to access static variable within the instance method means instance method address is holding by the object. Means the static variable is available for all the
Objects.
meaning is indirectly object and the value can be changed. For this requirement we will go for a concept called static variable. Static variable. Tomorrow we have other requirement. I'll tell you. The requirement is object 1, object 2, object 3. Means field is creating for every object. Field is creating for every object x with the different value 111, 222, 333. But value cannot be changed. This is the requirement. I have a requirement like this. Field should create for every object. For example, employee number. For example, employee number. Employee number will be there for every employee. Means every object. But value will be differ. But employee number can be changed. Will be changed? Will never change. Will never change. Yes, for this requirement, I have a requirement like this. Then we will declare this field as what? X as what?
Constant.
Instead of X as what?
Constant.
Constant. No. Your field should create for every object now. For this requirement, concept is read only. What is that?
Read only.
Read only. There is a concept called read only. The read only is the concept for this requirement. This requirement. Can you give me some examples which will create for every object with a different value, but value will never change, cannot be changed? Can you give me?
Employee.
Employee
name.
number.
Employee name.
Employee phone number. Employee name.
Student ID.
Employee.
Student ID.
Till the time employee number, employee name we are declaring as what variable?
Instance.
Variable.
But problem with the instance variable is variable can be value can be changed. So instance variable is not right. Compulsory we have to go with what variable?
Read only.
Read only.
What about employee salary?
It will change.
It will change.
Employee salary will be changed. That's why employee salary has to go as
Instance variable.
instance variable. So in employee class, which are in read only, which are instance variables?
ENO.
ENO,
ENO and
instance variables.
And ESAL is
Read only. I have some other questions to you all. Get ready. In employee class, employee age.
Same instance.
Employee age is read only or instance? Why? Because the age can be changed, right?
date of birth is read only.
Student class, come to student class. SID, tell me. Student number.
Read only.
Read only.
Read only.
Student name.
Read only. Read only.
Student name, read only. Student phone number.
Instance variable. Instance variable.
Instance, because every student will have a phone number. Phone number can be changed. Student age.
Instance.
Student father name.
Read only.
Read only. Student father name is read only, right? Employee father name.
Read only.
Read only. I hope you are clear.
Yes, sir.
These are all the concepts are there in OOPS. Whether you are learning .NET or Java, you have to have the knowledge about all these things. Who will teach all these things? Okay, right now come back to our discussion. Now we have to finalize few things. Udvi.
Yeah.
Covered, Huh? Right.
Yeah, I understand.
No. Covered all these things in your employer training.
No way. They never covered. I
Now,
don't know
now
these
we have
all.
a
First of all,
confusion about all these things. That's why now again one more round. When we will go for instance variable, when we will go for
Read
only. Whenever I am giving demo, if I will talk confidently, people will get a doubt that why the guy is talking like this. I hope. Am I right? I hope when the people, especially from H2K, when I was in demo, I have given so many promises to you. Punya, Indira, Sukanya, Snehal. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Kalyani. Kalyani was not there in starting classes, I think. Right. So, because my training quality is like that, that's why I have a guts to speak like that on the first day. I was given a promise, I have given a promise that you are going to write programming means, I think people didn't trust me also. Right. When we will go for instance variable, when we will go for read only. Now we will conclude it. Better to conclude now. Yes.
whenever the value will change,
Yeah. Beautiful.
we
See,
will
the
go for
statement should be sweet and short, like a Chandamama story. Okay, right.
I will try.
Nivedita, you
Whenever
come on, give me the statement, right statement. It should reach all the people. That's why I have given question to you.
For the first one, when we will go for instance variable, when the variable value for all the objects are different, we go for instance variable, and that value can be changed. Then we go for the instance variable.
I have expected very nice answer from you. Right.
Actually, I have my baby next to me and she's getting up and I'm trying to make her go back to sleep.
Beautiful.
That's why
You
I'm
have
not
given very good answers. I have observed. Right. Your statements are very good, but I think something is happening with you. Okay. Let's give a chance to Snehal.
Whenever we need different values for different objects, but the values should be changed. That time we will go for instance variable. Whenever we want different value for all the objects, but the value should not be changed, then we will go for read only.
Okay. Right. I'll give you simple statement. When we will go for instance variable. Whenever we want to, is it better to type up? Whenever
Yes.
we want to, whenever we want to have, a field for every object,
With different value.
different value, but value can be
change.
changed. Value can be changed. We can declare it as, we can declare that field as instance variable. For example, in employee class, ENO, ename. Next, when we will go for read only. Whenever we want to have same to same. Whenever we want to have a field for every object with different value, but value cannot be.
Example for the instance variable is not right, sir?
Sorry?
Example for the instance variable.
Oh, sorry. Right. Instance variable, not ESAL. Sorry, ESAL. Employee sal. Right. Whenever we want to have a field for every object with a different value, late night things will be like that only. Whenever we want to have a field for every object with different value, but value can't be changed. That field can field we will declare as what? Read
only.
For example, in employee class, ENO, comma, ename. Okay, na? Okay, guys. Right, I'm sending these answers to you through chat. Yes, I hope you received. Right, that is the story. Next to requirement is, listen. Next to requirement is, listen. Yes, field should be common for all the objects. Object 1, object 2, object 3. But only one field. Sorry, one field means one variable. Yes. I'm sorry. Right. Field means, let's say, one variable called x. 100 can be common for all the objects, but value can be changed 100 to 101. For this requirement, we will go for
Static variable.
Static variable. For example, in employee class, say company name only. Company name, because company name sometimes will be changing na. Company names can, so many companies names are small changes will happen. So that is college name, company name will come under this. Okay, now next requirement. This is requirement. Static variable is the concept. For example, a field, next requirement. Field is common. Y field. Field name is Y. Field is common. Y. Common for all the objects. Otherwise, I'll draw one more diagram. Field is common for all the objects. So we'll draw object like this. Unnecessarily you are getting confusion. In your mind you have a fixed impression that object will be like this. Yes. Obj2, obj3, obj3. Field is common for all the objects. A field called X. Common for all the objects. And value cannot be changed. Fixed value. This is the requirement. To achieve this requirement, we will go for a concept called constant. We'll go for a concept called constant. Can you give me some examples for constants?
3.14.
Generally, universal fixed values we will go for constants, like pi equal to 3.14. Wherever you go, same standards, like speed of light, number of hours per day. How many hours? 24. Number of days per week. Wherever you go in this world, 7 days. Number of months. Number of months per year. Wherever you go, 12 months. Right? Seconds, all these things. As well as in employee class also we can find some constants, brother. What are they? Tell me.
Employee ID.
ID.
What you are giving surprises to me.
Employee name.
Employee ID. Don't give me surprise. I have to sleep. Come on, employee ID, employee number. Just now we discussed that it is a read only. Now I am talking about In employee class, we have some fields which are can declare as constant. For example, Wipro is established by Premji. Okay, you are defined a class for employee for Wipro company. Company name is Wipro. Okay, but company established person name is COMP. Established person name is what? Premji. Premji. So
established years.
yes, right. For all the employees, will say company established person name is what? Premji. Fixed forever in this world. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And will be changed. Company established person name will change in tomorrow. No, there is no chance. Like that, company established here also. Company established here also fixed, constant. Common field for all the employees constant. College established person name. College established year. All these things are constants. Are you clear, everybody? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next question is, Girish, refer the materials. Are you spending some time on books?
Yeah, I'm reading slowly.
Do you have any job now?
Accounting.
Oh, sir, right. When we will go for static variable. When we will go for static variable. What is answer? Whenever the
Whenever
field
we
is
require a common
common for
field,
all the
change.
objects, but the field value can be
Change at a later point in time.
changed. Now, yeah, when we will go for Shravanti, when we will go for static variable. Shravanti, when we will go for static variable. Right. Whenever the field is, shall I write that also better now? Whenever the field is common for all objects, but value can be changed. Next, when we will go for constant, when we will go for constant, answer whenever the field is common for all the objects, but
Value
value
cannot be changed.
will never change.
Cannot be changed.
Value will be fixed. Okay, here in employee class, here for this example, what? Company
Employee.
name.
Company.
Here company example.
Company established.
Company
Established
person.
person name and so on. Okay, na? These three is these two. Okay, right. Keep remember all these things, guys. Right. Okay, na? Yeah. Now, shall I give you some assignments?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So are you enjoying
How
or
to
more
declare
about
read on
assignments? Are you enjoying assignments?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. This is Sneha here.
Tell me, Snehal.
How to declare as read only, sir?
Wait. We didn't come to there. Don't worry. Okay. Don't worry. Anyhow, in UML clearly there, read only keyword. I didn't discuss, but meanwhile, if you want to try, I'll give you assignments. Can you?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Boss, what do you do? What do you do? Yes. Okay. Oh, great. We have 114. 114. Did you try 114, guys?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
I tried. Sir.
I'll do one thing. I'll give you a couple of tasks now. Okay. Babu, you guys, you tell me. Task 110. Take it. Not 110. I'm sorry. Task 112. Now Now onwards you have to apply wherever it is read only, apply read only. Wherever it is instance, apply instance. Understood?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Among these three, how many are read only?
First two. Sir.
Third is?
Instance.
Yeah, that's why you already done this program, but you go with read only now. Okay?
Yes.
112, 113, 112, 113, 113. Right. 114, 4, 115, 115, 116 is little complicated. Leave it. Okay. Yeah. 118, 119, 119, 121. Yes, you have to try all these. I'll send through chat. Babu, this time wherever read only only. Wherever instance, instance. Wherever static, static. Wherever constant, constant. Next class I'll give you the programming on all these things. But you try. You can, by seeing the UML, you can catch how to declare read only, how to declare constant. Okay guys, thank you very much.
Sir, one question, that when we are doing the memory map, that means it will be initialized with zero or null values, and then it will be written in the like overwritten in the constructor by the constructor values, even for read only.
Yeah, same. Class level variable, anything is same. Numerical floating means default value 0. String char means default value. String means default value null. Okay, na?
Okay, so I mean for constructor, it can be rewritten by the constructor values, initial values,
Read
but then
only
it cannot be changed.
read only. See here, one more important point I want to tell you. Again, read only is by default is what? Instance only. Read only is by default instance, because it is creating for every object. That's why we can say by default it is instance. Constant is by default static.
Okay.
Okay, na? Right? You try. You try. Don't worry. When you try, you will get 100 dollars. Nothing wrong. And thank you very much. We'll meet on your Monday, same time. Your Monday. Your Monday means for US people it is Monday evening. For India students it is Tuesday morning. Thank you very much. Bye to all. Any concerns?
Sir, I have one question.
Please communicate through mail. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye to all.
Thank you, sir.